We'll turn our time over to Susan for our table topics.
I'm going to explain table topics just a little bit for a few of you new people. Table topic is where I come up with a topic and I invite you, audience members, to come up and speak on that topic. Sound like fun? It usually is fun. So you'll have 1 minute. We'll have the timer going Joel time, and at the green light it's 1 minute, and that means you've met the time. You can sit down after 1. Yellow is 1.5. The red light is at 2 minutes, and you have 30 seconds to finish up so that you'll be in time. Any questions? Okay. Today, we're going to use some other senses that we don't use as often, especially in Toastmasters. What are the senses we usually use here in this group? Hearing, sight. What'd you say?
Speaking.
Speaking, okay. The voices. Today we're going to use our noses. Does anybody know what that sense is called?
Olfactory.
The sense of smell, olfactory. Very good. So I've got some things for you to smell, and I just want you to describe what that smell means to you. There's only one stinky one.
What does smell mean?
What the smell means. Sensations it gives you, memories. And since we haven't seen Carolyn, do you want to start? Sure. So come over here, you'll pick a bag. You don't get a look in it, you just get a smell, just point to it. Ready to close your eyes and take a big whiff? There's only one stinky one.
It's not fun.
Okay, come over here.
I'm concerned with that stinky one.
Not the stinky ones.
I have to make up what I think it smells like.
What does it mean?
What does it make you feel like? My sister and I loved this one recipe book that my mom had from Better Homes and Gardens, and it had pictures of all these cookies on it. My mom is the type that just doesn't like fussy things, but my sister and I loved picking out the most time-consuming recipes in that book. One of the recipes that we loved to do was rolling out gingerbread cookie dough and making gingerbread cookies. It's another thing that I've also passed on with my kids. I do think it takes a lot of patience to want to undertake that. There have been years I've made the gingerbread cookie dough, but we've never gotten to the baking part. But I think that one of the best rooms in any house is the kitchen. Because in the kitchen, so many memories are made. And in my family, a lot of memories are made sitting around the kitchen table, enjoying good food, and smells of the kitchen and spicy smells. To me, that was something spicy like that. I was just visiting my family in Iowa, and along with Keith talking about who we are, I haven't been with my family and my 4 siblings for 38 years. So spending Easter with my family was kind of like thinking, who am I today? Am I that same person that was with all my family for the last time 38 years ago? Or am I someone different? Am I that same person? And those smells, my sister made hot cross buns, which have cinnamon and those spicy kind of smells in them. And it really reminded me of those days of my childhood and really wondering if that was just a memory or if that really is me. And those smells really associate my life with different times of my life and trying to connect the two parts of past and present.
All right, Kylan, we haven't seen you for a while either. Come on up. Carolyn's was Fritos.
That was Fritos.
The chili cheese.
I thought it was like a cinnamon roll.
That's how I know. I don't know how that.
Pick a different one. So I don't look? No, just pick a different one.
Oh.
That one didn't have a very strong smell.
I can't
I
smell
ran to
it.
the grocery store right before.
I can wear this one. It might just be me.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You can make up anything, because obviously.
Okay, I think I have something in my head. Every Saturday morning at 8 a.m., sometimes earlier, my father would wake everyone up in the household. Really frustrating when you're going through a week of school and responsibilities, and what do we all want to do on Saturday morning? Sleep in. Come on, Dad, just let us sleep in. Nope, he was a man of business, and we were up and at him soon as the sun was up or before. And the one thing that made that worth it every single Saturday was the dozen donuts that Dad would bring home after all of the chores were done. He actually would wake up before we did and go to the bakery and get them and have them in the house so that as soon as the chores were done, we would be rewarded for our efforts. In Sacramento, we have a bakery called Family Bakery. And in my opinion, it's a little bit better than a Lehigh or the Provo Bakery. I know those are big deals around here. But these families made the best donuts I have ever had. Raise your hand if you have a favorite donut. Everyone? No? Some people don't. Raise your hand if you don't like donuts. Okay, well, this conversation is not for you. So
Brownies.
Well, my favorite donut is the glazed old fashioned. And every time I have a glazed old fashioned, I think about those mornings where Dad woke us up and made us do chores way before we ever wanted to.
Hers was a cookie.
Okay.
Mike, you want to try it?
Sure.
Just do the really bad one.
I'll try the bad one.
This is not the bad one. The last one was bleach.
Oh, bleach. Oh.
Yes,
I smell the brown.
She made donuts out of bleach.
Give me a second. Hang on, thinking here. Trying to put it in words here.
You don't have to get it right. What do you associate? Any other? Doesn't have to be
Now,
that.
let me think about it. Can I think about it?
Yeah,
Come
I'm
back
gonna
up.
get one more smell.
Yeah. Okay. I don't, but can I think about it?
Yeah, come sit.
Okay.
We can think about it.
Yeah.
Table topics is hard.
I just
Yeah.
broke some off, so now I smell.
Yeah, I smell it.
Okay. I have some people down there. I haven't heard from in a while. Eric, you are one of them. These two.
Want these two?
But I'm gonna smell this. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
For my 5th birthday, my dad said, "Do I have a surprise for you?" I was so excited. I couldn't wait to see what the surprise was. He gave me no clues. No matter how much I persisted, how much I asked, he would not give up any information whatsoever. Finally, the day of my birthday comes, and I am just dying of anticipation. I had a wonderful cake that my mom baked. Who cares? I got some wonderful presents from friends and family, and who cares? I wanted to know what Dad had as my present. He said, "We're gonna get on the bus." Well, I lived in Chile. We lived in the inner city, so we didn't have a car. You don't need a car, you just walk everywhere. And so he said, "This time we're gonna go ahead and take the bus, and we're going to the stadium." And I thought, well, what stadium, where are we going? He wouldn't give me the name of the stadium. He says, "Well, we're gonna go to a game. We're gonna go to a soccer game." And I'm like, okay, I'm excited to go to the soccer game. And we get there, and it's my team, Unión Española, playing against his team, the Universidad Católica, which translates to the Catholic University, or a big Catholic school there. And so our favorite teams were playing each other, and I was so excited we're gonna get to watch the game. As a little kid, I remember holding on to my dad's belt loop. We didn't hold hands or anything because we're men. And so I would just put my finger on his belt loop, and I was walking, and he was looking at the program. He bought me a program that I didn't even get to look at because he had it the whole time. And he was reading it, and I was holding on, and I was just walking with him. And I remember coming up to the first portal and seeing that green grass and how magical it was. How the sun hit every single blade of grass just perfectly so that you got that vibrant, beautiful color of green. That's what that bag smells like.
This was grass. Hey, Mike, you ready?
I'm ready. So when I was younger,
Grass.
I grew up playing
That was
sports. I
popcorn.
played soccer. I was a wrestler. I played football. I played basketball. I played baseball. But this particular smell reminds me of when I was young and played soccer. It reminds me of the smells of the grass, of the sounds of the other kids playing, and it reminds me of the mothers that would bring oranges for halftime. And at halftime, we would have our drinks, we would have, Gatorade or water, but someone would always bring quartered oranges. And during halftime, we would rehydrate and eat these oranges. And, and it reminds, and going back to the mothers that would bring it, and it reminds me of my own mom, who passed away about 3 years ago, and just really good experiences and good memories of her, and so that's what it reminds me.
We've all been there.
Yes, we've all been there. I couldn't do it for weeks and weeks and weeks, but good for you. So the smell of oranges, can you not just feel happy when you smell it?
Was it oranges?
It was an orange. And I had to peel it a little bit mostly, but then the smell. All right, Aditya, do you want to try?
You got it.
You can decline, or you can come up here and try. Yes or no? Yes. One more. No? No. Do you want to do it?
Oh, no, sorry.
Okay. We appreciate you trying. Tiffany, do you want to try this one? Since you didn't get a spade?
Good.
Linda?
Or we all have really insensitive noses.
Well, I did this right before I came. Before I've done it in glass jars that sit for a while.
Oh, yeah, that would hold it in.
It is?
Yeah.
He starts laughing. Smells are sometimes my best friend and sometimes not my best friend. This would be one of those smells that are not my best friend. It's like when you are in a movie and it's that romantic comedy that you go home and you're like, you just want to snuggle up with your husband and you've had this really awesome date night, and then he turns to you and she knows what's coming. I can put his face already. He's coming in and you're gonna have this awesome kiss, and it's like, oh, garlic for dinner? What, can you just go brush your teeth? Time out. Now I have this super awareness with my nose because my ears aren't that in tune, but my nose can really sniff out easily things. So this particular smell brings to mind the time when I have fallen and hurt myself in a big way, and we need to put something on it to clean it, and that something is very stingy, and sometimes it doesn't feel like it's doing a whole lot of good. It hurts, yes, amazingly, and it has an alcoholic smell to it. That, ouch, right? And it's kind of an antiseptic that when you go to a hospital, you smell that hospital smell, and you're like, oh, get me out of here right now. So it's not that clean, fresh scent that they talk about on Febreze commercials. It's that more sterile, creepy odor you get when you walk inside of your hospital. Thank you for that, going from nothing to red. Or maybe I just didn't see it. And so that alcohol smell reminds me of sterile hospitals.
Yes, at first, I thought you thought it was garlic. I thought, no, it is alcohol. I wondered if you were plumb with your smell.
No,
All did
alcohol.
fantastic. That was fun.
So what was mine?
Alcohol. It smelled like paint, didn't it? A little bit like paint.
Can you play with?
Yeah.
Paint thinner.